Great. Today we have Jerry Wilmink with us, who's the CEO and founder of WiseWare. Jerry is also an MBA at the University of Texas. Jerry, let's start off by telling us all about WiseWare. What is that?
So WiseWare Corporation, we're a sensor platform. We develop sensor platforms that enable consumer and medical products, medical applications for mobile health and also for fitness.
Tell us a little more. So you have a sensor platform that gives data to a mobile device, and who's the recipient of that end data?
Fantastic question. So imagine if you could take a tiny sensor and you could put it on your baby's chest, and you could measure heart rate, respiration, temperature, and that data could be streamed wirelessly to your smartphone while you're watching TV, and you can actually see in real time what's going on with the baby. And so that's the kind of products we're developing, are things that you can take that data and enhance your life and monitor your children, or even for seniors, which is actually how this was inspired, as my grandfather he had fell and passed away in 2010. And they had noticed he was dehydrated, he had dementia. So these are kind of sensors that can provide a preventative medical tool that can enhance the life of seniors.
So sadly, something near and dear to your heart that caused you to see a need in the marketplace.
Exactly.
And how did you go from then? You found that need, and what happened after that?
You know, when my grandfather, on right before Thanksgiving, he had told me, "When are you going to start this tech company?" And I told him, I think we have the idea, and this was in 2010, and it was the beginning of the idea, which then took some time to develop prototypes, and so we started off with a senior product. And as we worked with advisors and other experienced entrepreneurs, I said, you probably should work on a product for the consumer market first. And so now we have several product lines going. And so the beginning was really for seniors.
That's great. So you talked about advisors. In the middle of this, you've decided to go back and get an MBA at the University of Texas. Why?
You know, the MBA has been very, very helpful, and the advisors from the school and professors have been instrumental in terms of setting up the business model, and actually in the MBA, some of my colleagues are on board now at WiseWare from the insurance industry and sales industries and sales sectors, and helping us kind of set up our startup in that space.
So did you decide to go to UT Austin because of the emphasis on entrepreneurship, or just because it was a great MBA?
It's a great question. So my background's in biomedical engineering. So I did a PhD in biomedical engineering at Vanderbilt, and then I founded and ran a research lab for the Department of Defense for 5 years. And I always had a dream of starting a medical device company, and that was one of the reasons I applied to the program, was to get an MBA, kind of round out my skills so we could, start a business, and along the way, that's when the idea happened.
That's fabulous. A little birdie told me that not only did you go to UT and do your MBA, you recently won the Texas Venture Labs Business Plan competition.
That's correct.
And tell me about winning that competition.
Oh, it was a lot of fun, actually. I think there was 25 teams, and our team did really well. And in the finals, I think it was earlier this month, actually, and the judges had tremendous feedback, and it was a great experience, really. Give us a good chance to compete and kind of show our stuff.
What an opportunity. Getting an MBA, going to school, getting advisors, building the team, starting a company. I happen to know that you've just had an addition to the family.
That is correct.
Do you have any time left?
There is no time. Baby Berkeley is a week old, and she is beautiful and taking every second that we have.
Jerry, I also understand that you're in the midst of raising a seed round of capital. Tell us about that.
It has been a very fun experience, a roller coaster ride in many ways. Going from Austin and Houston and pitch parties and different investors, and it's been it's my first fundraising opportunity, but we're doing really well. We're doing a $1.5 million seed investment round, and we're close to $1 million right now, which is very exciting. And we have a couple more investors that we're waiting to kind of see what happens there. But we've strategically identified advisors that bring specific skill sets to the table that we know as partners will be very valuable to growing WiseWare.
tell us one thing that you've come to learn about entrepreneurship at the University of Texas Business School that has become very valuable to you in this process.
Grit.
Grit.
Grit. At the very beginning, when my co-founder, Dr. Nanshu Liu, and Dr. Pulin Wang, when we founded this company, and it was just an idea and a simple prototype, everyone's looking to show you what's wrong.
Right.
And you have to just be resilient and keep fighting. And it's that grit and that passion for what you're doing is really, really critical. And in our courses, the finance and new venture creations with Rob Adams, we worked with him and actually won a business plan competition for his class. And that helped us create, the inner workings of Wiseware. That was the beginning.
So now, from that winning of that competition, you're going on into national competitions. The global competition with all the schools worldwide. And there is a track record of having some very successful companies come out of that.
We hope to be on the stage in the finals there.
I'm sure that you will be one of the winners, and we look forward to seeing this company as it goes forward.
Thank you.
Jerry, thanks for being with us today.
Thank you so much.
Take care.